Hello, friends and strangers. I am Heli, and in this video, I am taking you with me into Wytchwood, where we are just on our way to the apiary to get some honey so that we can brew a potion that'll vanquish this bear. And of course, on our way, we will collect some embers and soot sprites, just so we'll have them in case we'll need them in the future. So the honey is the last ingredient we need for the potion, and then we'll see what happens. Is that the final step to the bear quest, or is there more? Anyway, let's get to the portal. Where was it? This way? Yes, there it is. We need to go to the fields and then from there to the apiary, and hopefully we'll be able to get some honey. Let's get some hoppers on our way. I believe the apiary was to the left. Well, to the up, and then to the left. Yep, not there. Oh, those are aggressive and dangerous. I was wise to keep away from them. Here we are at the apiary. Nothing to investigate with a witch's eye. Heidi ho, I'm afraid we're closed for the season. Closed? But I need some of your honey right away. Sorry, our supply was cleaned out just a little while ago. Funny little man with a cart. You just missed him. Yes, I've met him. He's the quartermaster for the bear, but he had a bit of an accident on the road. I need to collect some more honey for the lakeshore camp. The bear? Well, that explains why that quartermaster persisted so dang much. I heard that lumbering bully would steal the nectar from a larva if it'd suit him. My poor bees have already worked themselves half to death for that order, and they don't have any honey left. I wish I could do something to help you, but the only honey left in the entire apiary is Her Majesty's personal reserve. Her Majesty? Why, my sweet spring flower, the jewel of my crown, the golden son of my... Yes, get on with it. My beloved queen. She's as lovely as she is wise and resides over her flowered kingdom. A shrill voice pierces the meadow and sends chills down your spine. Slave, where is my dinner? I order you to bring me the finest sunflowers. Right away, my love. And make it pretty this time. I don't want another one of your dandelion bouquets like some common wasp. Yes, my sweet. I think I had better have an audience with this queen myself. Right, let's go find the queen. And just in case, I'll try to steer clear of those bees. Tidy hives full of bees, completely devoid of honey. Bee, generally well-mannered but can be quite hostile when irritated. Right, nothing else here. Let's get some flower petals and investigate. Oh, that must be the queen. The regal insect looks down her curled nose at you scornfully. That fool beekeeper is supposed to stop the rabble from trampling my delicate garden. Good help is so hard to find, isn't it? And I suppose you've come to lend a hand? No, I don't think so. What do you want, little beetle? You seem like a very busy woman, so I won't waste your time. I need honey, your best honey. She tilts her long neck back and lets out a buzzing laugh. Ha! Do you think I simply give my carefully cultivated riches to just any commoner? Do you have any idea how much time and energy is spent managing this colony? Everyone always wants something, but no one ever wants to work for it. In a rustle of petals, the beekeeper comes running over, holding out an assortment of beautiful prairie flowers. My darling sweetheart, I offer you the finest meadow flowers. I hope you find these to your liking. Is this marigold? You wax-brained fool. You know how I despise the stuff. How many times must I repeat myself? Get out of my sight, all of you. My love, I have wronged you. Let me try again. You follow the beekeeper a short distance away while he busies himself picking more flowers. She seems to be in a foul mood. Does she always treat you like this? Well, yes, but it's really usually my own fault. Sometimes when she really gets her venom up, a little bit of smoke and soothing herbs calms her right down. Smoke, you say? I'm sure I could come up with something to even out her mood. Fumes fit for a queen. Ouch! They got hostile. Well, somehow I missed the royal incense recipe here. It's right there next to the sacrifice on the left. Next to the sacrifice, I mean. But somehow I didn't notice. I guess I was a bit distracted by the bees suddenly getting hostile. He's busy with the flowers, alright. And now I think I finally see it. Yes. Royal incense. We need... I think we can make all of this. Probably. Smoke pellet. Witch spice. Ah, we need a jar of water. Well, I think there are those water pumps in the fields. So maybe there's one quite close by, or at least not very far away. At least there's one on the farm near the chickens. Right there. Now we have the water as well. And full hearts. And now we can make the incense. And let's see if that will get us some honey from the queen. Let's have it ready. The bees are hostile, so we don't want to dawdle too long in their presence. Here we go. You sneak, do you honestly believe that your little puff of smoke can... The queen fans herself lightly as the world begins to push and pull all around her. Ooh, does anyone else feel a little hot? Anyways, I was just saying you can't just... The sparkling sun bears down on the queen like a warm summer's embrace. My, look at all of these beautiful colors. Have they always been so bright? The queen bee stretches her arms across the sea of flowers, brushing the tips of their petals gleefully. She arcs her limbs through the myriad of colors swirling about her head. It's gorgeous. Oh, and what's that delicious smell? Cracking into the waxen walls of her hive, the queen pulls out a golden honeycomb. She proceeds to messily stuff the honey into her face. Delectable. Oh, it's so good. You simply have to try some, my dear. I've never tasted anything so delicious in my life. She offers up a sticky handful to you. Why, thank you, my queen. The queen holds out a shimmering honeycomb to you. Let's take it. And I guess we now have the honey. I don't see it in our inventory, but I suppose we have it. Let's get past the turkeys here. Maybe get a couple of hopper legs on our way back to the portal. And we do have the bear quest in our journal, so Maybe we could track it? It's weird that it didn't get tracked automatically. Yes, we have 1 out of 1 honey. Now we just need to put it into the brewery. So let's get back to camp and see what we concoct with the honey and the other stuff in the brewery. Let's put the honey in. As you squeeze the honeycomb with your bare hands, thick, rich honey slowly oozes into the brewery's tank. Too sweet for your tastes, but then this potion is not for you. With the addition of the final ingredient, the brewing equipment is sealed and set to work. Steam hisses from rivets, and its swollen metal belly clanks and rattles. Before long, the waggling fingers of the gauges and dials settle down, indicating that the brew is complete. You give a quick sniff test and recoil at the sickeningly sweet vapors. You push an empty wooden keg under the contraption's spigot and crank the release valve. The brewery strains under the pressure and fills the keg with chunky, oozing fluid. May not be the finest honey mead around, but hopefully that great raging galoot won't stop to notice the difference. The brewery wheezes in defeat. You doubt it'll ever make mead again. Right. Let's give the potion to the bear. Ah, Captain, I've brought you more honey mead. The bear swipes up the tankard with his massive paw and tosses the contents into his slavering maw without hesitation. He licks his chops, savoring the peculiar flavor. With a sudden jerk, he bears down on you with suspicion. Say, this tastes kind of funny. What did you do, soldier? It's a new recipe. I thought you might enjoy something with a little more sting in it. Rawr, you know I hate new things. I'll teach you to mess with my favorite brew, you hayseed. The bear is upon you with frightening speed. He raises the huge mace in his paw skyward, and you brace for the impact. With an equal measure of speed, the sergeant leaps between the crashing mace and your head. You peer through your fingers as a great clang resounds through the camp. The bear roars furiously as his blow is magically repelled from the sergeant's talisman. The mace goes spinning out of his paw and falls into the lake with a great splash. He gapes, dumbfounded, as the sergeant stands before him completely unharmed. Ha! That'll teach you to pick on us, you big oaf. This has been a long time coming. The sergeant wags his finger at the bear. Who do you think you are, huh? You think you're so big and tough with your fancy feather hat and your big honking club? Well, look at you now. The camp's soldiers gather to witness in stunned awe. Miraculously, the bear seems to shrink in the face of the sergeant's onslaught. If it was up to me, you'd be dishonorably discharged for disorderly conduct. You're a disgrace to the uniform. You're no captain of mine. With fear welling up in his eyes, the bear shrinks and shrinks until he is reduced to the size of a small cat. And another thing, what's happening? In place of the bear's drunken grimace is the stitched smile of a doll's grin. Two button eyes stare back at the disapproving faces surrounding the little plush toy. The surgeon takes a step back to reveal the small shape of a stuffed teddy bear where the brute once stood. Your transformative potion has finally done its work. Gee, I guess I overdid it. He scratches his head in befuddlement, but seems genuinely relieved. Hey, Sarge, I guess that means you're in charge now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Well, what are you all standing around for? The camp's a mess. Let's get to work. You pick up the diminutive doll and brush some sand out of its fur. As you inspect it further, its head lolls to face you. Far within the glassy surface of its button eyes, you can barely make out a tiny crimson flame, the trapped soul of the bear. This ought to be what that old goat is after. I hope he's happy. Okay. Now we just have the ox left. What a mess, so much to do. Right. Let's leave them to it and go to the fields and start the ox quest. Well, altogether we need to capture 12 souls, but the goat did say that 4 will do for now. So perhaps once we have captured the ox's soul, we will get to know more of our story with the goat. At least that's what I'm hoping. I think we need to talk to the farmer here to start the quest. A hefty gourd stands before you, wiping beads of dew off his bumpy forehead. He tilts up the brim of his hat and greets you with what you interpret as a smile. Welcome to my farm, stranger. What brings you out here? How's it growing, farmer? Oh, you know, not so bad. Trying my best to win the harvest competitions this year. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the accents. Well, you look to be making good progress. I'm sure you'll be a shoo-in for the blue ribbon. You would think so, wouldn't you? But every year, without fail, that sour ox takes the prize. No matter how hard I work, I can't seem to outgrow his crops. Careful now, you're beginning to sound like a sore loser. Yeah, not sore loser. I just think it's quite suspicious, don't you? Last year, the ox and his family grew the largest corn cobs I've ever seen. I was only barely able to get second place because of my own little helpers. He motions to animated turnips and potatoes busy with menial farm work. But this year, his crops are larger than ever before, even though his family is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't make any sense to me. He is working the fields all by himself. What happened to his family? That's the fishy part. No one knows. They just disappeared one day, and the ox has said nothing. That does sound suspicious. Perhaps I'll go and ask him myself. Yeah, his farm is down to the southwest. You can't miss it. I must get back to work. Veggies won't grow themselves, you know. I guess it's because English isn't my native language. I haven't really had much practice with the different accents. Hopefully, it doesn't bother you too much. To the south and to the west, so through here. Oops. I guess it's that road. Down here. Yes. Right. Let's go hear the ox's side of the story. But we'll look around a bit first. There's some herbs there. Hey, this is private property. What are you doing trespassing on my land? Why, I just came to admire the glow of your crops, Master Ox. I heard you produce the most bountiful produce in the land. Ha! Well, you heard right. I work day in and day out, till my hands are raw and my back is broken, but you won't find a finer farm anywhere else. You're sure to take the first prize at the Harvest Festival again. You and your family must be so proud. The ox spits on the tilled soil. Bah! Those lazy louts never understood the pride and joy of devoting oneself to the land. What good's a family that gripes about hard labor? We'd have never won any of those competitions if it wasn't for my sacrifice. Where is your family then? I can't help but notice you're working all by yourself. If you must know, those damnable bandits out by the South Bridge stormed in the place one night and stole them away. Bandits? You don't seem very concerned about getting them back. I'm better off. For all I know, they could have been already ransomed off for fertilizer. But if you're so worried, why don't you go talk to those bloody brigands yourself? Now get your big nose off my fields, or I'll toss you in the compost heap. Right. Let's go get those herbs. And that clay. And get out of here. There we go. I'll I'll leave the frogs alone for now, and let's go see the bandits. Here they are down there on the left. There are far too many for me to just sneak by. I'll have to find a way to incapacitate them. Oh, okay. I was sneaking by just fine. Bandit, an unpleasant sort, expresses it primarily through stabbing. Weaknesses: dreadful doll. The same as goblin. Right. We have one dreadful doll right here, but maybe we'll want to craft more and then go into the camp. But let's save here for now and do that next time. If you like this video, please leave it a like. And if you'd like to support my efforts here on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It is quick and easy and doesn't cost you a thing, but it does help me a lot. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the comments below.